We took a flight to Israel, and after spending 6 or 7 weeks wandering through Jerusalem, etc., we crossed the border into Jordan with the sole aim of going to visit Petra. Petra, the wonder of the world. After breakfast this following morning, we boarded the bus and we headed to Jordan, and our first port of call was Petra. And as you see in this photograph, Lorena was ready for the occasion. As there still is today, there is many Bedouin tribes that roam the Arabian desert. Back in the emergence of Petra, the Nabateans tribe moved their herds to wherever they could find pasture and water. And that was the beginning of Petra. This map shows how the city of Petra was laid out many years ago. The configuration of the mountains around Petra allowed for a reservoir of water. This made Petra an ideal stopping ground for merchants, making it an outstanding area for trade. Things that were traded include wine, olive oil and wood. At the end of the narrow gorge, which is the entrance to Petra, stands Petra's most elaborate ruin, popularly known as the Treasury, cut into the sandstone cliff. While remaining in remarkable condition, the face of the structure is marked by hundreds of bullet holes made by the local Bedouin tribes that hope to dislodge riches that once occurred in the rumored hidden treasure. These two photographs show you the inside of the treasury. The next two show you the evening time when the place is all lit up. The photograph which is shown in the top left-hand corner is the temple. One of the things that occurred in the temple was the sacrifice of animals once a year. This was due to the belief that the tomb of the prophet Aaron is located in Petra, which is a sacred site for the Muslims. In honor, a goat was sacrificed annually. There is also the biblical belief that took place here, in which the prophet Abraham sacrificed his son in honor of God, but his son was said to have been saved by an angel. Other rituals also took place here, including the smoking of Frankenstein. Whoops, I meant frankincense. From the open plains that surround Petra, the site of the city is revealed with striking effect. The theatre, which is shown in this photograph here, was cut into the hillside and also cut into it several tombs during its construction. Because the structures of Petra weakened with age, many of the tombs became vulnerable to thieves and many of the treasures were stolen. Petra declined rapidly under the Roman rule, in large part due to the revision of the sea-based trade route. Also, in 363, an earthquake destroyed many of the buildings and crippled the vital water management system. There is, of course, another belief of how Petra was created. The archaeologist Philip Hammonds from the University of Utah visited Petra for nearly 40 years. He explained that the local folklore says it was created by the wand of Moses when he struck rock to bring forth water for the Israelites. Hammond also believed that the many carved channels deep within the walls and the ground were made for ceramic pipes that once fed the water for the city. When we finished exploring Petra, our next stop was a flight to Egypt. Unfortunately, There was none available at the time. However, Lorena came up with the answer. Lorena confirmed that she'd vacuumed the carpet, which made it much lighter, and that's why it flies. This final slide shows 4 photographs of Lorena enjoying herself in Petra. And the young lady that she met at the beginning of the journey is from Mexico, by coincidence, who was travelling by herself. And this is another example and proof that it is a small, small world. Thank you for your time, and I hope you found it informative and interesting.